Hi guys, welcome back to Lost in My Library. My name is Kate, and today I am doing my NotNaturalAthon TBR, which is also going to be my May TBR. So, you're just getting everything this month. Very exciting. Okay, well, on another note, real quick, as we are speaking at this moment, it is 9:16 on April 25th. If you're watching this later, depending on when this video goes out, I will be meeting Richard Spade Jr. at 3:30. So I have 6 hours, I think, before I get to meet him on video chat and talk for an hour, and I am so excited. Y'all don't even know. I mean, if you watch the show and and if you forgot, he plays Gabriel. I'm very excited. Controversial take. I think I like Gabriel the best. I don't think I like Gabriel the best. He is my favorite angel on the show. So, without further ado, I'm going to get to the prompts and discuss what I plan on reading. I have books for every prompt. I do not think I will read every book on this TBR, but I sure do hope that I get through a lot. I'm very excited about the group books in particular because I think they look really good. We're going to have some talk about the covers because the covers are awful, but hopefully what's inside is going to be so much better than what they look like. Let's not judge a book by its cover just yet, but the covers are awful. Just saying. Okay, let's move on. We'll talk about those. Those are like the last thing we'll talk about because group books are always the last thing we talk about. Anyways, okay, let's roll. Sorry about the
Alright, next one
change.
is a book I actually own.
Background, whatever. Okay.
First one.
The next one is
Hunters,
Lucifer. Read a book with stars on the cover or in the
take
title.
part in a
I'm
buddy
going
read.
to read Starsight.
So I'm technically
by
taking
Brandon
part
Sanderson.
in 2 buddy reads.
This is the sequel to
this Skyward,
Read
which
a
is
Hot
right
Love.
there. So I'm technically reading
this
is
2
about
books,
Spencer,
with
who
a buddy.
her father was a pilot.
I guess I'll show both of them off.
But in the biggest battle
the first one
country
is A Gathering
planet,
of Shadows, and this is actually
he
going to
was
be
deemed a
my
coward
prompt,
and
my
she
book
wants to become a pilot like her father, but
Why did it close?
they're not wanting
It's going
to
to be my
let her into
um,
pilot school
fairy prompt
as well,
because
to
of what
read
her
a book
father
with
did.
magic or magical
And
themes. If you don't know,
so
what
the
this
whole book
this
is about
the
her getting
sequel
into pilot
to
school
a dark
and
and
learning
magic
to be a pilot
and
proving herself.
so obviously
against
there is
all
magic.
odds.
It is about
And
Kel
eventually
maybe,
finding
who
out about
is
her.
I forgot what they're called.
What happened with her
I
father.
forgot what he was called.
And
It's really good.
He can.
It's
There
one
are
of the
4
best
Londons
books
or 4
I've
different
read
worlds.
this year, so I
He
really
travels
want to read
to
the
only
sequel,
London's
Starsight.
world.
To continue with
where
I thought
it's
this was going
red,
to be a duology,
gray,
and then I found out there was going to be
white,
4 books,
and
and I got
black.
really excited. Where red is full of magic, white it has magic, but not a lot of magic. Gray is just like our world, and black, nobody really knows what black is like. And in the first book, they got a hold of something. You have to have something of the other world to be able to travel to that world. And I'm just getting supernatural flashbacks at the moment because to enter another world in supernatural, you also had to have something from that world to travel to that world. Wow, connections, crazy, huh? Anyways, so they found something from Black, and which means they would be able to travel to Black London, which nobody has been able to do in years. So crazy things. My technical buddy read is for Ninth House by Lee Bardugo. I think the concept is very interesting, like secret societies at Harvard, or is it Yale? It's one of the big ones, where ghosts are involved, I think it's a really cool concept. But a lot of people didn't like it, so I'm hoping I'm going to be different. And that's going to be like one of the first books I read this month. So hopefully the month doesn't start off terrible. Alright, so next one is Angels. I'm going to go ahead and put this with the Demons prompt too. And the prompt is to read a book with fallen angels, and Demons is read a book with demons or demonic themes. I am going to read the next two books in the Mortal Instruments series, which is City of Ashes and City of Glass. I'm going to look at... I don't own them. That was for a different video. My last video, if you didn't watch last video, it's really long. So I don't blame you if you didn't watch last video. Yes, City of Ashes and City of Glass are the next two books. They are children of angels, and they face demons. So, obviously... Banshee, which is to read a book with gold on the cover. So I'm going to reread the first Hunger Games book by Suzanne Collins. This, I don't know how you would get through BookTube and not know what the Hunger Games is. But if you don't know, it's a series about Katniss Everdeen, who in the first book is chosen to partake in the Hunger Games, which is games every year where two people from each district, a boy and a girl, get chosen to partake in the Hunger Games, which is a fight to the death. And that's all I can say without spoiling anything. The book, actually, the newest book, I think came out yesterday. So I want to reread the series before well, really, it's a prequel, so I could, but, like, just in preparation and seeing President Snow before he, you know. So for the next one, I am going to just wrap it 3 prompts up into one, and the prompts are Changelings, which is to read a book that has strong family theme. Wendigo, which is read a book, orange book, or book with fire/flame in the title, or and Werewolf, silver bullet, read a book with silver on the cover or in the title. And I have decided, because I've been wanting to reread these books. Oh my goodness. Oh, they're heavy. It's the Kane Chronicles series by Rick Riordan. So we have the Red Pyramid, which is what I'll be using for my Changeling prompts. Because this series is mainly about Carter and Sadie, who are brother and sister. Then we have the Wendigo prompt, and I'm going to read
The Throne of Fire. So there we go. Fire in the title. And it has orange on the cover as well. And then for Werewolf Silver on the cover, read The Serpent Shadow, which the title is in silver, and there's the obelisk that is also kind of silver, kind of white mainly, but Serpent Shadow is definitely in this silvery, nice font. So my next one is Jin, and that is Wish Granted, a book that you want to read. And this might need a little explanation. The book I'm choosing is the first book in the Vampire Knitting Club. So I found a book, you can't buy it anymore, called 6 Merry Little Murders. And it is 6 short stories from 6 authors, and the stories are like short stories of their bigger series, but you can read these short stories without having read their works. So the first 3 are based in reality and are like, okay, this is, gonna be fun little short mysteries. And then the 4th story happens, and it is the Vampire Knitting Club short story. And it's about a witch who owns a yarn shop, and her grandmother is a zombie, and she has a knitting club, and she's friends with vampires. And she solves mysteries. So, she is very all over the place. I love it. I want to read the first book after reading that short story. It's kind of the only series I actually wanted to read more of, except maybe a couple others. But this is the one I was like, I need this in my life. And the newest one comes out in June. I own the first 2, so I want to read this series so badly, and I also want to own the books. I don't have physical copies, I just have ebooks. We'll get there when we get there. Alright, continuing with the Rick Riordan theme, it's not Throne, it's Kane Chronicles. There's only 3 books. Sword of Summer, Magnus Chase. For the, what was it again? Hellhounds, Demon Killing Blade, read a book with a blade on the cover or in the title. So, there, and sword is a blade. So, this is his Norse mythology series. I have not read his Norse mythology. I have not read Magnus Chase, nor have I read Trials of Apollo. I'm needing to, because I love Rick Riordan. I love his series. I think he is a very good children's writer. And I enjoy his series up until adulthood. So it says a lot about him, and he's not a controversial writer. He adds a lot of things quite seamlessly. His whole reason for writing the Percy Jackson series was because his son was dyslexic and never had any heroes to look up to that were dyslexic as well. So he wrote Percy Jackson and all the Greek heroes of Percy Jackson and Heroes of Olympus are dyslexic, and there's a whole reason behind it. And I think Rick Riordan is just an amazing person, and I look forward to reading his works from here on out. There's one author I'm going to buy everything of, and that will be. Alright, so the next one is my favorite, my choice. Leviathan's Rise of Dick. Read an erotic romance novel or book with political themes. I am going to read Penelope Douglas. Chandler Ainsley is a big fan of Penelope Douglas, and there's a buddy read going on with Weeby Booking for Birthday Girl, which is by Penelope Douglas, and Chandler thinks it's pretty good and maybe something that I might, well, she didn't say I would like it, but I think that's a place to start, and she said that's a good place to start for people who've never read Penelope Douglas. So I think I'm going to try that, and hopefully it's an erotic romance novel. I will tweet Chandler just to be sure, to be like, hey, is this an erotic romance novel? Because I don't know. I don't know what's good out there, so, because I don't read it. So, if you have suggestions, this one's up for whatever. If you have suggestions about erotic romance novels, I am not reading 50 Shades of Grey. 1, that's not erotic. 2, it's just bad. So, let's just throw that one out. Anything that's not 50 Shades of Grey, I will look at and consider. Reapers, Death Scythe. Read a book that includes any words associated with death in the title, and I chose #Murder Trending by Gretchen McNeal. I picked this up because this sounded interesting. It's about a girl who is wrongly accused of being having murdered someone, and now all these criminals are being put in this warehouse, and it's kind of where they keep dying. So, and it's being live streamed, so hence the #Murder Trending. I want to read I don't know if it says it's a sequel, #Murder Funding, but that'll be another month. But I do want to try #Murder Trending. So, and there's like tweets on the back. So, I don't know. Someone says it's described, her posse is Death Row Breakfast Club. So that should be interesting. Next one is Shapeshifters Rip Out the Heart. Read a book with heart on the title or on the cover. I'm choosing Fangirl by Rowell. Here are little hearts right there. A lot of people consider the fan fiction and what has become her, 2 other novels kind of based off of this. Like, she came up with the idea with Fangirl, Carry On, and Wayward Son, liking it to Harry Potter, but I think that it's more close to Supernatural than Harry Potter. It might be a mix of Harry Potter and Supernatural. I think that could be potentially very interesting, because we all know the main ship in Supernatural is between a human and a non-human. And if you know, you know. If you don't, go look it up. It's between Dean and Castiel, Destiel. It's the big thing. Okay? Okay. And Carry On and Wayward Son. And we know that the theme song for Supernatural is Carry On My Wayward Son. So literally, Carry On and Wayward Son. And the second book, I believe, is about a road trip in America. This is Supernatural. Like, guys, it's Supernatural to almost a T. Anyways, I have read this before. So it'll be a reread. I don't know if I pointed out. There's a heart right there. So I think this will be a good book to read for Supernatural, NotNaturalAthon. I'm very excited to reread it because I loved it the first time. So, and I love all the little art. There's art. I got the collector's edition, so there's art in all of this. I think it's really cool. So, and I mean, okay, look at this. Dean is always said to have like blonde hair. People call it blonde. It's not blonde. And then, you know, Misha has brown hair, so interesting. Interesting. I might just be pushing things that aren't there. But you know what? Whatever. Okay. Oh, okay. So next one is vampires. Next one is vampires, and it is to just read a book with vampires. I have chosen The Vampire Stalker by Alison Van Diepen. I haven't decided how to say her name. Actually, no. This book, I adore it. I read it a long time ago. And it is about this girl named Amy who reads this book series about a vampire hunter. His name is Alexander, who comes into her world, and not only does he come into her world, but the main villain of the story, Vigo, also comes into the world, and she's got to help Alexander take down Vigo. So, it's a very good short little book. I wish it was a series. It's not. This is just this cute little standalone. I'm just picking out the most random, like, books people don't even know about. I love it. It's very good. Give it a read. And the last one before the group books is Zombie Headshot. Read a book with an assassin, and I am choosing Fates and Traitors, a novel of John Wilkes Booth, who is the assassin of Abraham Lincoln. And this is by Jennifer Chiaverini. I don't know. So this is the story apparently about the women who loved John Wilkes Booth and who John Wilkes Booth loved as well. I don't know if this is supposed to be a fictionalized story or if it's or if it's nonfiction talking about what really happened and everything, which would put 2 nonfiction books on my TBR this month, which is kind of crazy. I just thought it looks really pretty. I like the cover. And also, it just sounded really interesting, like learning more about John Wilkes Booth, about the man who killed Abraham Lincoln. I think that'd be really cool. Fun read. So, anyways, moving on to our group books. Moving on to our group books, we have 2. You could be on the Winchester side, and to read, so the group book for the Winchester side is Family Don't End with Blood, cast of fans on how Supernatural has changed lives. It's just a bunch of essays and messages from the people who worked on it. I'd like to point out, Jared looks great, like, wonderful, good, did good job. That's not Jensen. And I'm about to point out the other cover. These, like, Jared did good on Jared, and then you look at Jensen and you're like, who is that? That's not Jensen. That's not Jensen Ackles. I think Jensen got the short end of the stick, because at the top as well it says featuring exclusive essays by Supernatural cast members, including Jared Padalecki. And that's it. That's it. Just Jared. I think Jared actually wrote like this short essay. And then I think Jensen just has a short little message that he wrote for the book. I don't know. There's really cool pictures in here. I think, actually, no. There isn't one from Richard, and I'm about to go meet him. Oh my gosh. I'm about to meet Richard Spink Jr. again. Oh my gosh. Okay. Sorry, I'm freaking out. Yeah. Which is just, like, so good. I'm so excited. I love these people a lot. There's just a lot of heart that's been put in the show, and the actors love the show, love the fans. I love everything about Supernatural. They care a lot, and I care a lot about them, and I love this. I just want to read this so much. But to rival that, we have Chuck's group book, and that is The Road's Not Taken by Tim Wagner, and illustrations are done by Nicholas something. No, it's Zachary Baldus. Okay, Baldus. Okay. let's talk for a second. This is the worst cover I have ever seen. Like, it's bad. It's really, really bad. One, that's not Jared. Who is that? That's not Jared Padalecki. So, I have no idea. That's like season 3, season 4 Jared hair. So, who's this? Don't know. Jensen looks fine-ish. He looks like Hollywood's portrayal of him in the Hollywood Supernatural parodies. But he's a continuity error. Look at this. This is the jacket that everybody loves. I do not. That is in seasons 1 through 3. This is an angel blade that doesn't show up till season 4. So this is a continuity error. This jacket and this, no. Should it be on the same cover? And this is really nitpicky. But when we're talking about my favorite show of all time, we're going to get nitpicky. So, this also looks like season 5 Jared, which doesn't match with the season 3, season 4 Jared. Continuity errors. We can't base off when this story takes place with so many conflicting things. Is it season 3? Is it season 4? Is it season 5? This was written during season 8 times. So is it set during season 8? This is not season 8 because Jared's hair is not majestic. Season 8 Jared had the best hair. And we all know it. So this isn't season 8, 100%. This isn't season 8. That's not majestic Jared. So when is this taking place? Is my question. I am very nitpicky. But if you're going to write a story about Supernatural, which is one of the biggest shows ever made, you better get it right. I'm just saying. This is by far the worst cover I have ever seen. Like, I don't even think he did his research. The actor, the illustrator. All the other illustrations look nice-ish. I mean, like, they don't look terrible. Like, that's pretty cool. So, like, he's talented. He just can't draw from reference, apparently. It's his problem. Alright. Alright, and so that has been my May TBR / my NotNaturalAthon TBR. With all of these books, I'm not adding anymore. That's it. That's all we're doing this month. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you are also taking part in NotNaturalAthon, leave your TBRs down below. And if you also do a video about your NotNaturalAthon video TBR, I will reblog it. Tag us on Twitter. I'll leave all those information in the description. One real quick thing I didn't mention in the announcement is that there is a Google form for when you complete hunts, that if you would fill that out every time you finish a book, so that in the end I'll put it all together in like this big statistic thing, and we'll see like how much hunts, you know, just kind of look at the numbers and be like, oh, look at what we did this month. So thank you guys for watching.